Well, there's been so much loss and so many restrictions and so much difficulty that organizations and people faced. And I think that needs to be said at the outset. But what's inspired me is in dealing with that and confronting it, the realities that organizations and people committed to the humanities just did not stop. And there was tremendous resilience and adaptation and ingenuity in a lot of ways. In many ways, I mean, it's been a really busy time at the Humanities Council, and the pandemic has offered opportunities for the council to branch out in some ways. So because of federal recovery funds, we have been able to provide flexible funding, general operating support to organizations all over the state. We will have delivered close to $1 million in flexible funding to state humanities and cultural organizations. The humanities are essential to rebuilding civil society. And as we saw on January 6th, that is very much at stake. And it's the humanities that have enabled people to inquire into history, to make connections, to learn about differences, to have conversations, and to really look at things like, how do we memorialize things? How do we tell the stories of American history? Who's included? I'm excited about how we can contribute to a complex and inclusive and diverse understanding of this very important milestone that the nation is coming up to, the 250th anniversary of the American Revolution. So we will be focusing on that over the next year by doing an index of civic health in the state that will include questions about how Rhode Islanders think about that history and how it matters or doesn't matter to them. And I think that will be a really important contribution to how we commemorate this in a complex way. So one of the things that we've learned during this time is how connected public health is to a wider sense of the common good. In order to protect ourselves, we had to protect each other. In order to protect our community, we had to think beyond ourselves. And I've been really proud of how the humanities have helped to make that real. And at a time when there was a lot of isolation and alienation and fragmentation and polarization, the humanities helped to forge that common ground and make it real, make it visible, make it something that was essential to survival.